Hello again, Mr. Lorber here to help you with week 1, task number 3, corroboration. Now what corroboration means is fact checking, making sure that you found things that are accurate, making sure you found sources that agree with each other, making sure you found basically that what you said in task 2 is actually correct. And here's how you're going to get that done. You're going to view and respond to videos regarding tagging and following on Delicious, as well as how to set up task 3 as you're doing right now. You're going to view the links that at least 3 of your classmates have put together this week. For each classmate whose links you view, identify one link that adds or changes your thoughts about an essential question for the week. On your week 2 PBWorks page, you're going to insert a horizontal rule, and below that rule, insert a table that has 4 rows by 4 columns. You'll title each column with those titles there, and then complete the table, describing the things you chose, the links you chose in step 2 and step 3. So right now you are watching the video. Now let's look at how to look at the links my classmates have tagged. Again, from your Delicious homepage, the easiest way to do that would be to look at your network, and that way you'll get recent things that have been tagged. You might also want to search different tags. So for example, you might want to search government, and if it's been tagged recently, that might work as well. But probably the easiest way to get things done, just to make sure you get things done, is definitely to go to your network feed, especially if you follow your classmates, and pick some links from here. All right. So your next job then is to read some of their links. So for example, I've got 2 links comparing governments here. I have one that talks about different forms of government. I have the iCivics article, that short reading I linked to in the other step, as some things that I've read. All right. So those are the 2 links I'm going to go with. So on my week 2 PBWorks page, I'm going to insert a horizontal rule. The way I do that is by going to my week 2 page, making sure I'm in edit mode. And after I've answered all my I can statements, I'll insert a horizontal rule, which is this button here next to spell check. The next step I ask you to complete is to insert a table that has 4 rows by 4 columns. So with the table key here, you insert a table that is 4 by 4. Right. Those columns should be titled name of classmate, the URL of the link, the essential question it helps you answer, and how it changes your answer. So let's do that. Okay, so I have done that. Remember, if your table is rolling off the screen, you can go to table properties, and adjust it to a smaller pixel size, so it takes up less size on the screen. So for example, if I had it set at 800 pixels, that's usually a pretty good size, where it just kind of centers up and keeps it here. Now, because I don't have any classmates yet, the first thing I might do is look at, the first classmate I might look at is Mr. Lober. And there's a few different links I can look at here. So the first link, if I am on my Delicious and I've scanned through and I've found that Mr. Lober's looked at a few different links tagged with government, there's a few things I can do. If I want to see all the links he's tagged with government, I can click on the government tag and it will filter that tag out. So now I've seen just things that he's done. If I want to look at types of government, I can also filter by that as well. All right. If I want to get rid of tags, I can just click on them again and it removes them. That's helpful to know when you're trying to sort information out. But let's compare these 2 links. So types of government I have open in this tab, while the iCivics article I have open in this tab. So if I go back to my week 2 page, I need to insert the URL of links, just as you would add a link question. Because it goes along with the second I can statement and essential questions 1 and 2, I might write something like this in that box. Okay. And so if I went just to iCivics, and that's what I used first, it does list some types of government. It lists democracy, representative government, direct democracy, and things like that. What corroboration is making sure that your sources agree, making sure that everything there is right. So if I look here, for example, at anarchy, anarchy lacks government. There is no government authority. All right, so maybe it doesn't change that. All right, but maybe it does change my definition of democracy a little bit. So if, for example, I've said before in my week 2 page that democracy is citizens have power, but this definition here says it's based on the consent of the governed, that does change my definition a little bit, because that means that the citizens approve people to govern them, not necessarily that citizens always have power. So I might go ahead and say that it changes of democracy. Instead of thinking that all citizens have power, I know now that citizens give consent to be governed, or they give permission to be governed. Okay, and of course I can fact check more terms here. I might point out that of course there's a wide variety of many more types that are here that are listed in the iCivics article. So another thing that it might change my answer to are many more types government listed here than in the iCivics article. Right? So there's another thing. So essentially what you're looking for in corroboration is similarities and differences between the two sources. You would complete that for 2 more students by looking at some of their links and seeing how they change some of your answers. You can check out some things maybe you had questions about, or some things you weren't sure about, or just to see what your other classmates are doing. All right? So if we go back to our task page, by this point you should be able to view this video, which you have done. You're viewing links that your classmates have. You've created a new PB Works page. You've created a new entry on that page. You've created a table, and by the end of this task, you will have completed that table for 3 students total. If you can do that, you've successfully completed task 3. Thank you for paying attention, and have good luck with accomplishing it.